Hello everybody, welcome to the Frayed Brush. I am Big Aaron. So this is the second video today. The first one I uploaded a few minutes ago had horrible audio, so I'll be taking that one down and putting this one up. So I'm going to be following kind of the same outline I did before, just so nothing gets forgotten. The first thing I want to do is I want to give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber. And God works in mysterious ways, and maybe him messing up the audio on that first one was a way for me to kind of redo it. I want to give a shout out to Sean, the scale model car guy, and I'll be sure and leave a link to his channel in the description below. Can't say enough good things about the guy. We've really kind of hit it off. As far as meeting at the contest and stuff, we met at our second contest a couple weekends ago at the Hobby Town in Fort Smith. In between doing videos, I went to check the mail and I found this. Okay, this is the face card for Sean's channel, and I sent him a car. I think about a week ago that he got. And, this is a nice little, thank you from him. Sean, I really appreciate that, man. That's a really nice personal touch. And this is going to be going up near the painting table. It's always a good reminder that, there are good people out there regardless of what's going on in the world. So Sean's been a big advocate of my channel since I started it. He's shouted me out, a couple of times. So here's a shout out to him. Go check his channel out if you haven't already. I believe actually most of my subscribers have come from his channel. So I'm not sure how many new people he'll get out of this, but anyway, if you haven't been there, go check it out. Throw him a subscription. Great guy. He's got some great videos. Also at the contest, excuse me, they had a raffle, and I didn't buy too many tickets, just really, bought the tickets to help support the store. But Sean won a couple of things, actually. And one of the things he won was this Young Green Dragon from D&D Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. This isn't Sean's subject matter that he prefers. He's a scale model car guy. But he knows this is what I do. And Sean was nice enough to pass this off to me. So the car that I sent Sean, he said he was going to have in the next contest. So Sean, I'm telling you that this will be in the next contest as well. I really appreciate it. It was really a kind gesture. Again, Sean's a really great guy. Go check out his channel. The link will be in the description below. So speaking of contest, let's hit a little bit on expectation management, okay? Regardless of what your genre is, whether it's scale models, whether it's, figures, small figures, large figures, busts, race cars, daily drivers, pickup trucks, dioramas, sci-fi, whatever the case is, I think we are the people that are most at risk of being our own worst critics. I know I am. My wife and my sons can tell me, hey, that looks great. And as they're telling me that, I'm sitting there just picking it apart. And, just the urge to just strip it and repaint it and try to do it better is always hitting. So usually when I finish one, it goes up on the shelf just to kind of be forgotten about, at least by me, so I don't keep staring at it, thinking about what I would change. The expectation management aspect comes in with if you paint for contests. I enjoy painting, but I also enjoy equally entering contests. So I always want to be able to put my best foot forward. Unfortunately, the contest a couple weeks ago, I did not do that. And it came back to bite me in the backside because I walked home with absolutely nothing. The way expectation management helped me in that situation was I went in to that contest thinking I wasn't going to win anything. I know the work I'm capable of, and I know the work that I put into the pieces I entered, and they are not equal, okay? And I'll go over a couple pieces here real quick, the two pieces that I entered. Some of you all might recognize this. This is the Mandalorian. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit here. Ooh, wrong way. Okay. So this is the Mandalorian. This is one of the pieces I entered. Um, there are certain things that if it's wrong with your subject, you should not enter it once you reach a certain level. One being that you don't ever want to enter with jacked up seams, okay, which I did and I was wrong. There's another one there. This is probably one of the most basic paint jobs I've done. This is literally nothing but base coats. I kind of took it for granted that the model was big enough that it would create its own highlights and shadows. And I tried to ride that wave and it crashed before we hit the beach. So always put your best foot forward when you're entering something in a contest. I personally don't think I will ever be 100% pleased with anything I paint, but I will eventually hit that point where I'm like, okay, I have to stop because I'm messing it up worse. But I know for a fact I could have done better than this. This was very, very bad work in my opinion to submit. You can even tell where I had dropped it and it broke, and did okay job of putting that back together, I'd say. But you know, that big line right there, that is not for me dropping it. That is a line that I did not get taken care of. Another thing with this one is, oh, look, there's another one. Seam lines at the knees, all kinds of stuff. Horrible. Anyway, so another thing is this figure came with a little bit of a learning curve because this is actually 3D printed from NY3D Creations. I bought it from him, and I'll put a link to him down below. But this is the first time I ever tried to attempt to paint or anything a 3D printed model. And I will tell you, it is not as easy as just grabbing like this dragon, for instance, pulling out of the box, shaving some mold lines, priming, and going for it. It's not that easy. It's more dangerous health-wise, and it's more difficult skill-wise. So always be sure to know what you need to do for the piece you're entering in the contest. The other thing I entered was Captain America. Okay, so again, this to me is a really clean paint job. However, it is just base coats. Again, I took it for granted that the subject was big enough that I could, I guess, kind of in a way get away with less work, which is totally not the case. I actually purchased no, I didn't purchase it. This belongs to Sanex. He's a guy that I'm a member of his Patreon. He does 3D models, 1 or 2 a month, and he does mainly the movie stars and the superheroes and comic book characters and all that stuff. He does some really great work. Don't judge his work off my paint job, definitely. But again, it's just one of those things that I could have done better, okay? And the story behind this one is that I waited so long to start this for the contest that I'm surprised the paint was dry by the time I sat it down on the table to be judged, okay? I knew about the contest about a month before it happened, and I had this printed out probably 5 to 6 weeks before the contest, and for some reason, I decided to wait until the week of the contest to even start it, and it shows because I rushed. It's a clean paint job, but again, it's just base coats. And you get into I don't even want to turn it around because it's just horrible from the backside. But leave yourself enough time to finish the subject you want to enter, okay? So as far as the expectation management part goes, don't go in thinking you're going to sweep your category, okay? With me going in thinking I wasn't going to win anything, I was not that disappointed when I did not. So always be mindful of that. I know sometimes we can tend to put in, a lot of time, both physically and emotionally, into a piece. The dragon, for instance, I think I've shown it in one of my other videos. But the dragon took me 6 months to paint. There was a lot of time, both physically and mentally, invested in that. I think it shows. Am I 100% pleased with that piece? No, because always looking at it, there's going to be things I can change. But for the most part, I think it turned out well. Next on the agenda is ReaperCon. Okay, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of this before. ReaperCon is a convention that's put on every year by Reaper Miniatures down in Denton, Texas. Of course, they did, I think they did I don't remember if they did one in 2019. I believe they did. Pretty sure they did. I do know they did not do one last year though because of, the COVID and all the other stuff. But they're doing one this year in person. This will be the first year that my wife and I are able to attend. She doesn't paint herself, but she is my number one supporter. So we're both going to ReaperCon. During ReaperCon, they host what they call the Reaper Master Series painting contest. Okay, and I'll leave a link to the contest down below. And looking forward to that contest. I do not plan on this being the only year I enter. However, I do think this is probably the biggest contest that I will ever attend and enter as far as painting goes. So really looking forward to that. Going kind of a different route than what I've entered before. I've entered the Dragon before. I did, my dog in the Battle for the Backyard. I got Captain America, I got the Mandalorian. So going still with the fantasy theme, but going a little bit more true to life. I'm decided to do the Shield Maiden from Nuts Planet. Okay, I'm sure by the name Shield Maiden and that it says the Viking Age, and by looking at the picture, you can kind of tell what they're trying to get at. I'm pretty sure that every video I've watched on this has avoided the actual name because of probably copyright issues or something crazy like that. So since they won't say the name, I'm not going to either. This is a piece that I have started, stripped, started, stripped, started, and stripped many, many times. But I have decided to go ahead and sit down and power through it. As a painter, one of the biggest things I have to break myself out of is if I've got a piece primed and ready to go, if that first brush stroke doesn't come out perfect, then I automatically want to strip it because I think it's going to be a bomb. Not the bomb, a bomb, okay? So with this one, this is it. We are painting, and we're not stopping. Once we start, we're going through. If you've watched any of my other videos, you can tell this one's primed a little bit different. I usually try to do the zenithal priming, but this time I decided to go with just a coat of Stynylrez. That's my go-to primer for the airbrush, and this is just their neutral primer. Okay, it's a good basic primer for skin tone, which is why I used it. So looking forward to this. It's a fairly good size bust. It also comes with the shield. So she's kind of holding it like that behind her, and you got this arm like goes like that, I guess. So we got the shield, body, 2 arms. It also comes with a little sword hilt to go on the belt. And then we also have a strap that attaches to the shield. You see the shield has 2 eyelets right there. And the strap kind of just connects to those like so. The strap is really, really thin in some spots. I don't know if can you see? Yeah, you can see right there. See those thin spots right there? So we might have to thicken that up a little bit. But really excited about this. I know my wife's going to be. She has wanted me to complete this one. I don't know how many times, but pretty much every time I sit down to do it. So it's good to be back doing videos. Had a little bit of a break, not necessarily intentional. For the Shield Maiden, I do plan on doing some Road to ReaperCon type progress videos on her but I won't. I'm telling you now, I will not be doing a video for every step of the process, because sometimes it's just nice to sit down and paint without having to worry about having a camera on and making sure the room's quiet, and all the other stuff that goes along with doing the video. I would say the editing, but I don't edit my videos at all. Whatever gets shot gets put up, so that is a plus. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to leave comments, questions down below. Remember to hit that like button. Give me that thumbs up, and also throw me a subscription. Okay, I don't know how many of you do YouTube videos and are content creators, but one of my first goal as far as YouTube goes is to be able to just be able to tell people, go to youtube.com/thefraydbrush. But YouTube having their everything gated, you have a minimum number of subscribers you have to have before you can even have your own URL. And then of course that just goes up, the amount of subscribers, so many thousands of hours watched, all that kind of stuff, started getting into, the monetization and stuff like that. I'm not worried about that. I'm here to paint. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to share my experiences with people. I'm here to meet new people, and just hang out, chill, and share my hobby with everybody. But do know those subscriptions do help. They help out significantly, as well as the thumbs up. So be sure to help me out there. So in the description below, we're going to have a link to Sean's channel. We're going to have a link to Nuts Planet. We're going to have a link to ReaperCon. We'll have a link to Sanix, where the Captain America came from. We'll have a link to NY3D Creations, where the Mandalorian came from. And before I go, I do want to say that I do appreciate all the subscribers that I have right now. Each subscription means a lot to me, because it means somebody has taken the time to watch my video, see what I've created, look into my life and my hobby a little bit, and that is greatly appreciated. You just don't know how much. So thank you to all of my current subscribers. Whether you subscribe to me day one or you subscribe to me because of this video, it is greatly appreciated. So I hope everyone has a great day. And remember, if anybody asks, tell them Big Aaron sent you.